Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about anxiety over money. I've been sitting down and thinking to myself, I want to do a podcast because I actually want to record videos or just recordings to understand how money can also mess up with your mental health and how a messed up mental health can mess up your finances. So just basically it goes hand in hand. So I decided to record this video and call it Nomaz advice. Just because I do want to record more of these videos, but not only talk about money, but also to talk about mental health, how to start a business, marriage, other things that maybe it will be nice for you to watch and listen to on the go. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about money and mental health because they go hand in hand. If you have enough money, so you are earning well and you have a business, so you have enough money, but your mental health is not at the right path, you are still not going to be able to enjoy your money. You're never going to have enough because you're basically not using it the right way. You're not wise enough to use your money properly. You are letting other people tell you how to use your money. You're probably living to show other people that you are rich, etc. So basically it's going to not help you in the long run because you're constantly going to be chasing for more. It's never going to be enough. So on the flip side as well, if you don't have a job and you're not earning any money, that will mess with your mental health because you're constantly needing money, you're constantly asking for money, you're constantly borrowing money, you are dependent on your mom or other people to be able to survive or buy things that you would like to buy. So it goes hand in hand. So now if you have finances, so you have a job, you have a business, a side hustle, or you just have an income coming in, plus you take care of your mental health, that's now going to create a healthy relationship with your money, which is in the long run, you're going to have no anxiety when payday comes. You're not going to have like a headache or a hectic moment when it comes to finances because you know that you have a budget, etc. But also you understand the relationship with money. It's not just about spending, and it's also not just about paying off debt or saving. It's basically a holistic approach into understanding money, which also includes your mindset. So I wanted to make you understand why am I talking about this, because money does cause anxiety, and a lot of anxiety and depression is caused by finances. So even in a marriage, for example, if you're married and you guys are struggling with your finances, it can cause a lot of problems in your marriage. It can cause issues. It can cause anxiety, it can cause depression in a marriage. If a man is not bringing in or taking care of his family, he feels less than, he feels like, he should be doing more. If the woman feels like she's doing everything, it's going to also create a thought process that is not healthy for a marriage. Anxiety and depression are the worst thing that you could do to yourself, and especially because no one can see that you have depression, no one can see that you have anxiety, because it's not like a toothache where if I have a toothache my face will swell up. If I have broken my foot, I will limp. If I have stomach issues, you'll see me running to the toilet or you'll see me cramping. It's not like that. Depression, you're smiling to other people, you're showing up every day at work like everything is fine, but inside you are actually dying. Inside you are actually in pain. Inside you are afraid to talk to other people because you are thinking people are going to judge you or people are going to laugh at you because of the decisions you made. You bought an expensive car because you wanted to show, that I'm now working, but actually you cannot afford this. You took a loan for going on a vacation or a honeymoon, and now you actually realize that, oh my gosh, it's been 5 years and I'm still paying for the same loan. So it creates a lot of depression and anxiety in a marriage, but also within yourself as well. that is why I started recording my journey, and that is why I started sharing my finances, my actual numbers. None of my numbers are made up. Everything is real. My income, my expenses, everything is real. It's not for example, if I was getting paid this much, it's actually, this is my money, this is my income, this is how me and my husband handle things, this is my debt, this is my struggles. I've used up all my savings because I needed a new computer. This is the reality of what I am going through. The reason why I started doing that is so that you can know that you're not alone and there is someone else out there who is going through the same thing. I am not earning a bad income, but I am struggling financially because of the decisions we made. So now I am trying to correct it. And I remember when I recorded the first video and it went viral on TikTok. And I knew that, oh my gosh, God is blessing me to bless others. So by God blessing me with growing my social media, it's to bless others. So I'm constantly going to be recording videos and creating content around things that will add value to you. So Nomaz Diary, or this platform here, was created so that you will know that you're not alone. Because when you are going through this, you do end up feeling like you are by yourself and you don't know who to talk to and you don't know how to seek help. And also because we are not taught finances at school, we are not taught finances anywhere, we basically mishandle our money because we are excited to be earning an income. So you end up just splurging, you get approved for a credit card and loans and things, and then you have a realization when you're down in, the rabbit hole that, oh my God, I'm so deep in debt and I don't know how to get out. And you don't know who to talk to and where to go, because I understand financial advisors are expensive, etc. So you end up just trying to do this on your own. And I know of other people who end up getting more loans to pay off more the debt that they already have by accumulating more debt, and that also causes anxiety and stress over their life. So again, it goes back to the verse that I read on the book of Peter, First Peter. So I have my Bible over here, the book of First Peter. Okay, so the book of First Peter, chapter 5, verse 7 to 9. So verse 7 says, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. So cast all your anxiety on God because he cares for you. And then number 8 says, be alert, have a sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. I had to Google what does devour mean, just because I get it, but I wanted to make you understand. And what I found, it means to destroy, to gobble, to swallow, that's what it means. So the devil, your enemy, prowls around like a lion. So it's hunting for you like a roaring lion, looking for someone to destroy, to gobble up. So resist him, stand firm in faith, because you know that the family of the believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of suffering. I love that. So I wrote it down here on my notebook here. The 4 things that stood out, to me with this verse and about what I'm talking about today. Number 1 is to cast all your anxiety. It doesn't say cast some, anxiety. It doesn't say cast just a little bit of your anxiety on God. It says all of it. All of it shouldn't be a problem. All of it should be something you think that you can handle or you can fix. It should be something that you cast onto God and then trust that he's going to handle it because he cares for you. Number 2, stand firm in faith. Stand firm in the unknown. That's what faith is, believing the unknown. We have never seen, God like this, but we believe in him. We have never seen the oxygen and the air we breathe in and out every single day, but we know it's there. So stand firm in faith. because with your faith, you will be able to defeat your enemy. And your enemy, number three, another point, your enemy is prowling around you like a roaring lion. So trying to make you not have faith, trying to get you to give up, trying to not believe in God and not cast your anxiety on God and actually just be like done with it. Trying to make you have anxiety and depression, go down the darkest, deep hole of feeling alone, and then you just give up. You just end your life, or you end up just hating other people because they look like they have their life together. You end up going to other people to give you something like maybe snakes or whatever that's going around to South Africa right now to help you get rich or whatever. That is the devil and the enemy's work. So be careful of that. And when you have faith, that will not work on you. That will not gobble you up. It will not destroy your life. And the last one is that everyone around the world, especially the believers, so especially us Christians and anyone who has faith in what they believe in, is undergoing the same kind of suffering. So you're not the only one going through it. Even if Nomaz Diary was not created and you didn't have a South African sister, friend, or whatever you look at me as on your YouTube channel when you watch my videos, was not created, the Bible though does reassure you that you're not the only one going through debt. You're not the only one going through anxiety. You're not the only one struggling and suffering. So have faith that you will get through it. And I know it's easy said than done, when you read the Bible, it's easier said than done. But actually, when you know that, you start realigning your focus. You're focusing on now having faith on an outcome that could be amazing on your life. And I do have 3 ways that you could probably help manage your anxiety just to get through it, because I understand that it will happen. Anyone who's even a believer, like, we go through it, we go through anxiety. And there's 3 ways, there's 3 things I wrote down that I personally do every single day that helps me, because I also go through it. Number 1 is obviously to choose a budget method and be consistent with it. So my budget method is the cash envelope method, where I basically have a card, a check account card. So my card that I get my income through, where all my debit order comes out of, I don't use that card to swipe anything. And then I transfer the funds for my variable expenses to my easy account, my other F&B card, and I withdraw that money to then pay off anything that I need to pay, like, for example, groceries, petrol, things that I can use cash to help me stick to my budget. So if I go back to the olden days, I actually did ask myself this question before I started my budget journey, that how the hell did my grandma and the olden people do it? They were not in debt. They bought a house, they lived, obviously I understand with the expenses and the inflation and things that are happening now, but how did they actually do it? Like, how did they live below their means? And I realized that they actually wrote everything down. They didn't have apps, they didn't have Excel spreadsheets, they wrote everything down. Number 2, they carried cash. So they would go and get cash from ShopRite or wherever they withdraw money and put it in an envelope, and they go to the shopping market, the supermarket, to go and buy their food, and they knew that I only have whatever is in my envelope right now. So if it is 400 Rand that I have in my envelope, that is what I have. I don't have any more than that. Now with us, in contrast, we just have a card. We're not using tangible cash. We've lost that touch with cash. So we just have a card. And when you get to the till and you had budgeted in your head to pay 300 Rand for your food that you need to buy for the next 3 days or whatever it is, for 2 days get together with your friends or whatever you are spending your cash on. But when you get to the till and the till says 380 Rand, you're just going to swipe it, because there is the 80 Rand there. And maybe that 80 Rand was supposed to be for your petrol. Maybe that 80 rand was supposed to be for your daughter or something else. So now you've already went over your budget just by the slightest amount. But it adds on because now you still need that petrol. You still need that data. So now you are now going to use money from something else. And then you end up realizing, oh my gosh, I've used up all my money even though I budgeted properly at the beginning of the month. Let me just use my credit card now. Now when payday comes, you have to pay your credit card. But some of you don't pay your credit card. And I know I went through that. That was me. That's why I have credit card debt right now that I'm going to tackle after I pay off my loan. So this is why I decided that, oh my gosh, I need to go back to basics. How was my grand doing it? How were they doing it? And let me do it that way. So I picked the cash envelope method, budget method, and I am being consistent and sticking to it up until I'm debt free. So I'm tracking my expenses. I've created a debt payoff plan. So I've picked the avalanche method, and I'm also got a savings plan. So my emergency fund, a Christmas fund, food stamps, and things like that. Number 2 is to focus on gratitude. So cultivate practicing gratitude every single day. For me, it's writing 5 things I'm grateful for in my daily planner. Every day before I start work, I take out my planner. I've got like a daily planner. It's an A4 size daily planner. And I write down 5 things I'm grateful for. And then I write my to-do list for the day, work to-do list, personal to-do list and things. But the thing that I start my day with is what I'm grateful for. Now, what I am doing there is shifting my focus, not to focus on what I need, what I lack, what I wish I had, what someone has, what I'm not blessed with, but actually to focus on what I'm thankful for, what I'm blessed with, what makes me happy, what brings me joy. So you see, you're focusing now on something else. And again, that is faith. You are choosing to focusing on what brings you joy. You are choosing to align your vibration with what makes you happy. So even though I'm going through this, despite all this debt that I have, thank you God that I have an income. Despite having no money to actually service my car this month, thank you God that I do have a car though. Instead of me focusing on, oh, I do not have money for to service my car, I'm focusing on I have a car. And that makes me happy. That brings me joy. Now, when you do that, you're not going to miss opportunities because you are now in a state of gratitude, in a state of acceptance, in a state of happiness, in a position of being thankful. And when things come your way, you see them as opportunities. You don't see them as, oh my gosh, this is not what I need right now. Do you see what I mean? So it's just changing your mindset and changing your focus and actually praying on what you need and then letting go of it and being thankful for what you already have. Okay, and then the last step that I would recommend is to grow your faith daily. Grow your faith daily. Daily grow your faith. So, number 1, read books that will, help inspire you, grow your faith, believe in yourself, believe in the unknown, which is the future. The future is unknown. We can work hard towards it, but we don't know what's going to happen. But believe in, that it is for the good, it is for the best of you. And for me, that book is the Bible. Obviously, there's other books out there that you could read that could change, your mindset. But for me, it is definitely the Bible. You can also listen to podcasts, maybe like mine right here. Even though it's not going to be a podcast, it's going to be a pod vlog. I will try and start a podcast, but it will be most likely a pod vlog. So listening to things like this that could inspire you, that could change your mindset, that could help you be more positive and focus on what you have rather than what you need. And even though you know what you need and you're praying for what you need, but you're actually thankful and you're joyful because of what you already have, focusing on things like that bring you joy, not focusing on people who hate on you or who already have what you have, so it could create hate and envy amongst them. Actually being thankful for what you have, so focusing on things like that. Not focusing on drama, so choosing to watch these type of videos on YouTube over choosing to watch the Real Housewives of whatever, will really change your mindset. Because when you watch the Real Housewives of whatever, not to say that don't watch them, but they do make you look at them and be like, oh my gosh, I wish my life was that. Why isn't my life like that? Maybe I just need a rich husband so that I can live like that. You know what I mean? But when you focus on, and this is if you're a woman, when you focus on successful businesswomen, when you're watching those kind of videos, they inspire you to work hard. When you watch people who have more than one income, how are they doing it? Like, that's what I used to watch. How are they making an income on YouTube? How are they, what side hustles? Like, I can't do 10 jobs. It's not about doing 10 jobs. It's about having 10 careers. So I have one full-time job, and then I've got careers. I've got this, I've got my Upwork thing going on, I've got online teaching sometimes, I've got other things that bring in income, and I've got Google AdSense, etc. But at the time I was asking myself, how are they doing it? So I used to watch videos, I used to Google it, how to make 6 streams of income, how to teach online, how to help grow and become the best version of myself. And wealth is not built from being an employee. Unfortunately, one income, and especially from an employee income, will not help you build wealth if that's the goal. So once you know that, you ask yourself, okay, what do I need to do to build wealth for my family, for my future, for myself? And lastly, to use what you have. Use what you have. And again, it goes to the Bible verse, 2 Kings 4 verse 2. Let me actually find it for you. Okay, so 2 Kings chapter 4 verse 2. It's about a wife who the husband passed away and the husband had debt. Then the debt collectors came to collect the debt and she didn't have the money. So the debt collectors wanted to take her 2 sons and make them slaves, as a payback. And she was freaking out. She ran and went to Elisha and said, help me, this creditor wants to take my sons and make them slaves. Elisha said, what can I do? Like, what do you have in your house? I like that question. What do you have in your house? What do you have in your house? What do you have? What gift do you have? And her answer was, I have nothing at all. There's just like olive oil in there. And Elisha says, use that. Use that. And if you go down to number 7, it says, use that, go sell the oil and pay off your debt. You and your sons can live off what's left. Already that's teaching you how to start a business. Use what you have. You want to start a YouTube channel? You don't have a camera? Do you have a phone that has a camera? Use that. Things like that. Use what you have. But you won't see what you have if you're focusing on what other people have. So focus on yourself, use what you have, grow your faith, be consistent. When you earn an income, or what if you still trying to get an income by using what you have, now you're earning an income, figure out a budget method that will change your life and stick to it and be consistent. Pay off your debts, because when you're owing debt, it's hard to grow wealth and also brings you anxiety. This video has gone longer than I expected. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm really thankful and blessed to have you here. Have a lovely, lovely Saturday.